Going into 2024, going into the new year, going into whatever new season that you're going into, it is critical that you actually have a plan of action. Now, most individuals, 91% fail at their New Year's resolutions. 91% fail at their New Year's resolutions. This is basic science. You can look that up, you can test it. 91% is kind of the deal. How do we prevent ourselves from not achieving our New Year's resolutions? I have an idea and a method that I want each of you guys to try. My name is CJ. This is Evolve Strong with CJ. I help you lose 10 pounds and 5 inches in 28 days. And I keep you there. I keep you there the entire time, all right? And I help you stay consistent and stay healthy and looking and feeling wonderful, all right? So listen up. I have an assignment for each and every one of you listening to this podcast today. And I really want you guys to do this. And I want this to be done before we hit the new year, okay? This week, I want you guys to reflect. Now, if you were part of Shred, Thursday, we're going to do this with everybody in the room. We're going to actually, because when you write it down and when you actually pronounce it to the world, you have accountability. So part of the process within my programming is exactly that, accountability. What we are going to do, instead of the New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals, New Year's whatever, we are going to formulate a motto that we are going to live by next year. Okay, I'm being real. I know a lot of us write down goals, write down aspirations, write down all different kinds of stuff, but I'm gonna approach this in more of a macro overall. How are we going to live 2024? Let's first reflect. So one of my really good friends here, she's part of Shred. Her name is Sue. She's an Olympic softball player. She was one of the first in the finance industry to help with, I believe it was one of the major credit card out there. She's now an executive for the Southwest region for one of the largest mortgage companies. Her name is Sue, and she wrote a cool little letter, a text to all of her peeps, and it was wonderful. And it was one that where it stated that we are a culmination of our past, and we should be proud of that because we've built a foundation to where we're currently at. Yeah, some of us may be on shaky foundation, some of us be where, but that experience level is never going away. So with all those experiences and moving forward, what this new year represents is a fresh chapter, but it is a culmination from which to springboard from with all our history. Now, with that said, I need for you to reflect of how happened this year. Did you improve? Did you not improve? Where are areas? And there's a trifecta. It's either your health, your relationships, or your finances, right? Now, I want you really to hone in and focus on your health. So whatever your motto is going to be, it has to incorporate or have a part of your health, because I believe that is the biggest thing that everybody should be focusing on. Yeah, it is my profession and all, but if you're healthy and happy and you can have all the fucking money in the world and you have a heart attack, that money, you're not going to go anywhere with it, right? So you want to live like you want to have the capabilities and live a wonderful, healthy life so that you are capable and able to live awesomely, right? And again, if your health is shitty, you can't have good relationships, right? So you got to take care of you. Okay, so the model. Here are the parameters to the model. It has to be 5 words or less. 5 words or less. Now let's go through the steps that I need for you guys to take, okay? I need for you to reflect, and this is the big one. Reflect of where you are currently at. Look at your current situation and what do you want to improve on? Like seriously, do you want to improve on like my ability to get up and go? Do I want to improve on my ability to, pick up my baby? Do I want to improve my ability to live a healthier longer because I have grandkids that I want to see them get married? Do I want to improve my mental keenness? What do I want to improve on? You got to reflect of what you're doing, okay? Then what you have to really do is reflect on what worked and what didn't work, okay? So Tina, my wonderful amazing lady. She's been with me for 16 years. She's one of my ride or dies. She tells me the other day, I want to be on time. I've known her for 16 years and she's never been on time once. So that is not a good intention. What I will probably say is I want to be more mindful about my situation. I want to be more mindful about things, right? There are just certain things. So what you got to do is really reflect on things that you're doing, okay? Then what you have to do is set an intention. You got to understand that in order to be a fitness professional or to be fit, you have to be consistent about your habits. You're not going to go to the gym one day and lift and eat well one day and then look like you want to the next. It's going to take weeks, months, years for some of you. But what we have to work on maybe consistent with habit, right? That could be a great goal. Cool. Does that make sense? So set your intentions, but what is the root cause and effect that you're going for? Cool. Then what you got to do, guys, you got to begin to identify the keywords. Like, what are the triggers? What are the main things that you have to do? And you're smart. What are the main things you have to do? And you know what? When people go, I love it. I'm going to buy a gym membership. What the fuck's that going to do? Right? No. Go every day. You got to figure out what your habits are. And you got to really live that motto. Live every day. What does live mean, right? That means work out. That means do it, right? Above the line. What is above the line? It could be about profitability. It could be, waking up on time. It could be showing up on time. That's above the line, right? So there are a lot of different things that you can live by, motto, that have a broad scope. Cool? And by the way, that's my motto for next year. Incorporate, keep it short and keep it memorable. So again, 5 words or less. Do not make this any longer than 5 words. 5 words. That's it. Whittle it down. 5 words. You're not going to remember anything else other than that, okay? Mine is above the line. Everything that I do, when the way I'm going to approach my team, the way I'm going to approach my clients, the way I'm going to approach my relationships, the way that I'm going to approach my finances, the way that I'm going to approach everything that I do personally is going to be above the line. Above the line. My team is no longer going to blame, going to have excuses. They're going to take ownership. They're going to admit to their fault. They're going to be above the line. They're going to show up on time. I'm going to hold standards that are above the line. Right? Simple. And I'm going to hold myself to those standards as well. Now, I want you to be authentic. I don't want you to steal my line above the line. I don't want you to be coming with that, all right? I really don't, because we're all different. So I'll know that, but be authentic. And then, guys, visualize it. Can you really believe in it? Can you really believe in what you're thinking, okay? And then the biggest issue with goals and milestones. In order for me to get from Albuquerque to New York, I can take many different paths. I can drive a car. I can go in a train. I can go in an airplane, and then I could go all the way from here to Atlanta, all the way up to New York. I can go all the way up to Chicago into New York. The path changes. The goals should be the same. And that is why New Year's goals and resolutions are always, they fail. Because once we get off and then we get off the track, we fall off. So that's why I want you to visualize a motto or have a motto to where, okay, I'm living by this. I'm inching closer, but you're not being defeated by not getting a milestone or a goal. Because the milestones and goals will come if you are living your truth. Make sense? So this is where we're at. This is good shit. I like this. I like this idea. Okay. So you got to be flexible. And that's why it's an overarching motto that you want to live by next year. Okay. Now, write it down. So wherever you're at, if you're listening to this, if you already have one, write it in the comments, man. Send me an email. Actually, this is the deal. cj@evolvestrong.com, cj@evolvestrong.com. Send me an email. This is, you don't have to be a client of mine. I would love you to be a client of mine, but send it to me. Hold yourself accountable for it, all right? And let's talk about it. And then if you are a client of mine or a shred, you will have to say this on Thursday in front of everybody, that we're going to hold our feet to the fire. We're going to revisit it every month with everybody. Are you living your motto? Are you living your motto? We have to adjust your motto. Are you living your motto? Okay. And then live it, realize it, do it, take action, tons of it, tons of it, tons of it, and tons of it, and tons of it until you get it right. Cool beans. Hey guys, as we go into this new year, I have a shitload to be grateful for. The majority of it is for you allowing me to be part of your life in regards to being your fitness trainer and being your coach. I sincerely appreciate you guys. I see you, I hear you. I love you guys from my heart to yours. Remember, start strong, stay strong, be evolve strong. Have a great day, team.